Welcome all to episode 26 of the Unfinished Basement podcast. Uh, as some of our listeners probably know, and to new listeners who probably don't, we've been off air for a long, long while, approximately 6 months, but we're back at it again. This time, not actually in the basement, and instead, we're doing a remote episode in the middle of our COVID-19 quarantine.
And we brought up our video chats, mostly for us though, so we could look, so I could see your faces when you say stuff. Like, I mean, it's better that like we have our video up now, I think, but like even just for recording this, like it helps just to see each other's faces. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
It's
All
good to be
right.
able to
so
look at one another as if we were down in the basement.
Yeah,
yep,
it's
exactly.
it's definitely a
So
different feel, but you know,
Yeah,
mhm.
it's
So
it's the way it has to be right now. And you
yeah,
know what? We have
and
a
you
lot
know,
of time on our hands.
unfortunately,
It's gonna be a good way to get back in the swing of things, be a little more consistent with our actual podcast again. So
for sure. And this way, you know what? It's cool because we can be interactive with chat. So for those just listening right now, after we upload to Apple Podcasts and everything,
mhm.
we'll have videos up on YouTube, and you can actually follow along with the chat live. And I guess just be interactive yourselves if and when you guys want to tune in. We have a Twitch account now, which
Mhm.
is just at TuntB Podcast. And we plan for as long as we have to do these remote streams, or even when we're back in the basement, we'll likely still end up streaming on Twitch.
Right.
So at TuntB Podcast is where to check it out, and you can interact with the show live.
Yep. Like Lou said, we're gonna be going live on Twitch. So if you guys want the IRL experience, if you ever want to ask any questions or anything like that, interact with us in the chat. We're gonna start tweeting out when we go live. So that's gonna be the main source. We're gonna be doing Twitter and our Instagram that we've constantly been active on. Um, this way you can stay in the
I'm
loop
gonna
and you'll see it there, so you can jump into the actual stream and be a part of the actual process.
I'm gonna tweet right now.
Perfect.
Perfect.
My
Look at
five
that. We're ready to get
followers.
started. Wow. Um.
It's weird because like I've made a couple tweets and like it's they get like a lot of people see it. It's weird.
hmm Yeah.
So
There's
I'm
always a
like,
lot of interactions on Twitter. It is weird.
hmm.
Um. Now that we're doing this, the hardest thing I imagine about doing it remote will be interruptions, like with one another, like trying to not speak over one another, but it's harder because of the delay to
Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
to immediately react when
Yeah.
someone's gonna say something.
Yeah. It definitely is gonna be. But you know what? I think it helps having the video cameras too, just so we can kind of get some sort of cues to see if
Yeah,
someone looks like they're about to start talking or if they look like they're not finished. So we
for
should be
sure.
good in that sense. But
Yeah,
yeah, you guys ready
sounds good.
to jump back into the swing of things?
Yeah, I'd say so. Maybe we can start off with a little chat about what we've been doing, how we've been spending our time in the middle of quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me. Juice,
All
you
right.
good to go?
Yeah, I'm just sending out this tweet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while Juice does that, if though for those who listen within the next little while, I guess, and aren't listening, say in 2 months, 3 months, or whatever from now. Today is the 17th of April. Had to check the fucking calendar on that one.
It's easy to lose track, man. It's easy to
It
lose track
is.
when we've been at home.
Yeah. And basically, how I've been spending my days is pretty much playing Valorant. I'm trying to wake up early now, and I've been getting some exercise in daily to try not to pack on too much. Because I was on a pretty good track with Jits up until up until now. But what are you gonna do? The days are crazy, man. Like every time Saturday rolls around, like I help my mom, my sister clean the house, and dude, every time it comes, I'm like, I swear Saturday was 3 days ago. Like how has it been a
Yeah.
week already?
Mm-hmm.
I thought today was Wednesday when I woke up.
What day is it today? Is
Friday.
today Friday or
Friday.
Thursday?
Yeah, very easy to lose track. Very, very
Yeah.
easy. For myself, a lot of home projects. That's pretty much how I've been spending my time. I've been actually doing a lot of streaming too. Um, Almost an affiliate on Twitch now. Got to stream for a couple more days. We're gonna get a subscriber button on my Twitch channel, And
That's awesome, man.
yeah, man. I built a nice little room for my gaming setup in the basement, the couch and all that stuff. Good place for me and the girlfriend to hang out too. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, that's been it. Honestly, a lot of work around the house and spending a lot of time with my dog.
Yep.
That's
No, for sure, man.
and honestly, I don't mind that at all.
Dude, that's an excellent arrangement you have down there, and that's so cool with that new room
Yeah,
that you guys made. I know that you guys were working hard on that for a good while. It took,
yeah, it
good
took a
while,
bit.
like full day shifts kind of thing, you
Oh
know?
my god, harder than I've ever
Yeah.
worked in my entire life. I'll tell you that.
There you go.
150%.
Yeah, yeah. But no, man, it's sweet. It's sweet. And it's definitely going to be cool when well, as you keep on saying, when the Euro rolls around, man, fucking
Hmm.
2021 now, which is bullshit, but
It is
It
what it
got
what do
is.
you
delayed
do?
until
You know what? It's
2021.
better that they're delaying it to 2021 so we can all enjoy it together than them
Yeah.
actually pushing it and doing it in the summer where there can be no fans and stuff like that still.
Yeah.
And we'd all be having to watch it at home by ourselves, which would suck.
Yeah, dude, open stadium would blow too, like
Yeah,
or not open, but you know what I mean, like
no
no
fans.
fans.
Yeah,
It really takes away from the from even watching it on TV. It takes away from the
Yeah.
live matches.
it's very eerie. The few games that they actually did with no fans, for example, because I was watching the Inter game.
Hmm.
They were playing against like Ludogorets or something like that in the Europa League. No fans. It was very
Hmm.
eerie. All you heard were it was a different experience in the sense that you heard the players screaming and stuff like that, but you heard like the thud of the ball like 6 seconds later because the camera's so
Right.
high up in the stadium.
Yeah, there's the delay.
Yeah, so it's odd. You almost want to watch it with no volume, or it just looks like you're watching a men's league game. It's really weird.
Hmm.
And you hear them like yelling at each other and shit
Yeah.
like that, and like it does sound like a men's league gig. It's fucking weird. But
Yeah.
shit, I wanted to ask, like when exactly in 2021 it got delayed to.
I'm gonna assume summer. I'm gonna because they're
Yeah.
gonna probably try and run the regular seasons as they
That's weird
would.
because the World Cup, the next World Cup's gonna be held in December. That's what.
Is it because of the
2022 though.
location?
Yeah, in
No, but
Qatar.
it's 2022, Juice.
Yeah, no, I know that. But like
Oh,
if they
okay.
would run the World Cup in the winter, I would assume that they would do that too in the for the Euro, but I guess not.
True.
It's all right.
The
Yeah. It also depends on location if it's warm enough, right? I think
that's
that's more
that's
the issue.
that's mainly my question. Where is it? The World Cup. Where's it gonna be?
Qatar.
That's why. Yeah,
That's why they're
that's
doing it
right.
in the
Yeah.
winter.
Because we got a
Dude, remember
World
the
Cup,
last
don't we?
World Cup?
Where?
2026.
That's it.
Germany? No, no. Where
I
was it
think that the
again?
next Euro is
Russia.
run Russia? Oh, maybe, yeah. I thought it was
That was the
Poland for
last
some
World
reason.
Cup.
Um, oh, the last World Cup was Russia.
Yeah.
Got it, got it. Um, shit, man, I forgot what I was gonna say about what were we talking about just before? Oh, man, I'm upset that the season was cut short this year because
Hmm.
it was competitive middle pack, competing
Yeah.
for that last Champions League or whatever Europa spots were available. Like it was tight. It was a good
It was
fight there.
real tight. Dude, that was where it was
Fuck.
most interesting.
Yeah,
Like fuck Man City and fuck Liverpool, like we knew where they were.
yeah.
Liverpool, especially,
Liverpool
man.
was gonna win.
Liverpool won the league 4 months ago.
Yeah. But like it was kind of like in line with our predictions. Like at the beginning of the season, like I think we all agreed that Liverpool would win and Man
Hmm.
City would
I
come in
think I said
second.
Man City in the beginning of the
Oh, really?
in our predictions. I think I did
Mhm.
You know what? We have it archived somewhere in one of our early episodes.
somewhere,
Yeah. So we could
somewhere.
go back
So
and check that out.
yeah, we
But
should. We'll make a thing of it. We'll post it to Instagram and shit. Oh, well, it doesn't matter now. The season's done. But
mhm.
Ah, we could just see
fuck.
how off we were,
Yeah,
how in
yeah,
Yeah,
line
like
we were.
Sheffield United throws us off so hard.
Oh, it
yeah,
ruins the whole table. Anything that we
yeah,
Came
made,
out
it
of
ruins the whole
nowhere,
thing.
man.
yeah. I'm
Um,
pretty sure I had I might have even had City in third. So I think I fucked up on my
Yeah, I
thing.
remember you saying Tottenham would come in second, and I was so
Yeah,
happy. But like, dude, what a shitty of a season those fucks had. Oh my
yeah.
god. Uh, it works out well for us, man. This quarantine has been so good for me, honestly. Like, like my soccer team, like they get to keep their spot. I think they're in fifth, so they still get a Champions League spot.
They're in fifth.
I think so. Yeah.
No, man,
I think
nah,
so.
don't piss me
I
off right now,
think so,
man.
dude. I
Nah,
think
nah,
so.
nah.
They still get to keep a Champions League spot. I'm here. I'm playing vids. I built a new PC. I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to spend gas money. This quarantine has been so good for me.
Honestly, for me, that's kind of a pro and a con. Like, I like driving, and not driving sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
dude, the money that it's
100%.
saving,
I
man, I
know,
feel like
I
a
know.
rich man.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, too,
You
now
know?
that gas is cheap, we're not driving.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it always goes, man.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and then as soon as everybody's gonna go back on the road, it's gonna go back up. So
Yeah.
we're gonna miss
Guaranteed.
that window that happens every year where it drops drastically.
Yo, we should get jerry cans.
Yeah, yeah,
We should
Yeah, oh
get
honestly.
yeah,
jerry cans and
You can
just
get a
fill
few.
up jugs.
yeah. Even
Yeah.
even just to fill them for yard work and stuff like that for your lawnmowers, for whoever still uses the gas ones, the weed
Uh-huh.
whackers, all that stuff. Because I know we use gas ones still at my house because
Yeah,
they're
definitely.
old, but they work. So
Dude, I didn't even know that I didn't even know that that industry moved to like mainly electric lawnmowers.
yeah, pretty much like
Yeah,
everything is those rechargeable batteries and all that stuff now, right?
right. But
So
yo, the table reads as United in fifth, and Wolves sixth, Sheffield seventh, Spurs eighth.
there
There's
goes
a
Roll
Jules's
up.
exciting
Never
quarantine.
mind. Never mind. Okay, all other aspects of quarantine are except God
But
damn, dude.
before
Eighth place.
Jules says what he's been doing this quarantine, for anybody who's active in the chat, feel free throw us in there what you've been doing during your quarantine, and we'll read it off.
hmm Oh, yo, dude, it doesn't go away. Eh? The most recent messages
Yeah,
stay.
I changed it so that it stayed.
Oh, okay,
Eighth
perfect,
place.
Yeah,
perfect. That's cool.
so it'll stay on screen.
Excellent.
Yep.
Sounds good. All right then. So those are our brief updates, I guess, for COVID. Honestly, we spoke a little bit for the listeners. We spoke a little bit about it before the show. We don't want to fucking get more into it. Like we're all
Mm,
everyone's living
Everyone
right
watches the
now.
news.
Exactly. Like there's
Yeah.
no point in hearing it from us.
no.
You guys probably know more than us. At least than me. Like I'm fucking. I'm hearing everything from my buddies basically, and then seeing a few things on Six Buzz.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say please don't say six buzz.
yeah.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna say hood site.
Even worse, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's one thing. The only message I'll leave about this whole COVID thing is please just make sure your news sources are reliable. Don't believe everything you hear, and don't go into a panic like I have because it'll throw you off for days on end.
For
Just
sure.
follow the guidelines.
Shouldn't
Everyone's
go
gonna
to
be
Six
okay.
Buzz.
Yeah. Yeah, like honestly, just like for real, Joe, it's true. Like honestly,
Mm-hmm.
just practice the social distancing. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
no point in putting yourself in harm's way for no reason and prolonging this thing. And like never
Exactly.
mind prolong it. Like when it comes down to it, for me, it's like yeah, okay, the world, everyone's shut down. Like prolonging it for everybody else, but no, when it for me, it comes down to I don't want like aside from prolonging, I just don't want my family and friends to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
And myself, obviously. Like never mind everything else. Like keep the people around you safe.
Yep.
You
Mhm.
know. But yeah. So if you guys want to get into Ask Reddit, then
Mm-hmm.
we can do that.
All right. Who wants to start off our Ask Reddit
Here,
segment here? Juice, you want to start it
you
off?
boys,
Okay, I'll do
please
it.
give me 1 quick second. Like just yeah, ask Reddit. I'll be right back.
Oh, hey, Mickey.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Mickey's been doing lots
Lots
of
of paper.
pampering, getting a new cat,
Oh,
finding new shows during the quarantine. That's one thing, finding
what
new
kind of
shows.
cat?
I watched all of Ozark during this quarantine. Top 5 shows I've ever watched, I think.
Dude, how intense is the third season?
Oh my god, we finished it last night. My
Mhm.
god, what a show.
The whole
What a
arc with the
show.
brother, with her brother, that shit
It hurt, man.
threw me off, man. That was
It
intense.
hurt, man.
I didn't think it would pan out the way that it did.
No, I didn't either. I kind of fell back in my seat and I was like there's no
Yeah.
way. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
But even the way it
But
ends, even the way the third season ends, I'm not gonna
yeah,
spoil nothing for anyone who's trying to get into the actual
pretty
show.
funny.
But the third season, hands down, the best season of the entire Ozark series, and all around, the whole series is great.
For me, like it's like one of those weird things where like like most shows that I like, they start off strong and then taper off
Yeah.
as they progress in the seasons. But this is the opposite.
Yeah,
I didn't like
exactly.
the way that it started, and it just gets better like the more
It
you
gets
keep
a
watching
lot
it.
better. The third season, you can tell there's a big difference between the third and the first in
Hmm.
like quality. Um, but it's still such a good show. Like the bar wasn't set low so that the third season could do well. The bar was still set pretty high.
Hmm.
But
Ozark.
yeah, Ozark,
I keep on hearing crazy shit about that show.
great show, great show. Finished it last night.
Nice,
Hmm.
nice.
Should definitely
Yeah.
look into watching
How's
it.
the main character in it? Like Jason Bateman, is that his name? Is that the actor's name?
I think so.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. How is he in it? Because
Good.
Jules and I have had this conversation before, and he's kind of he's got like a weird style in a lot of his like
Oh
he's got
yeah,
the
he
same
does.
bit. He's got the same bit in all of his things, you know, but does he do it well?
Yeah, like you and I, like we can agree that like we don't like how he plays basically the same like quippy, like geeky accountant sort of business money guy. You know,
Yeah.
like in Arrested Development, he's like that. Even in Ozark, he's like that too.
Hmm.
But
But
also
like,
plays a family man. It's weird.
yeah,
Yeah,
but in Ozark, it's a little different. Like, there's more layers to it. There's more depth, I
Okay.
think. It's
Cool.
and it's better too. And like his sarcasm, I guess, comes like it's actually good. Like, I don't know. You should watch it though, dude. You'd
Yeah, no,
like it. You'll
definitely.
like it.
Definitely.
now there's no better time than now to watch it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Honestly,
Nah, we
Dude,
got
because they're
Valorant to
honestly
play,
guys,
long.
I
brother.
haven't been that's the thing, dude. I haven't been watching anything really.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing my shit during the day and then at nighttime I'm just going to bed. Like
Mhm.
I'm not really dedicating time to any shows. But
You should. It's a good
what are you
one.
gonna do?
Long
Yeah. Yeah.
episodes. Some episodes are an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if you dedicate the time to it, you definitely it's rewarding. It is
Cool.
because the show is fantastic.
Sounds good. All right.
Um,
So
Ask Reddit.
yeah, who'd we say
Okay.
was going first?
Juice is gonna
I've
go
got a
first,
question.
and just a reminder
Perfect.
for everybody in the chat, we're gonna be doing our Ask Reddit segment right now. While
Chime
we
in.
respond with our answers to the actual question, feel free to throw in the chat your answers as well.
Okay,
All right.
so my first question is, what is that one YouTuber who annoys the shit out of you and why? And let me answer it like pretty quickly because it's not just one, it's like a group of YouTubers.
Oh no.
So it's this one guy who like really like kicked it off for me because I started streaming on Twitch, so I'm like going on YouTube like everyone, like how to like, I'm trying to find out like how to like grow this Twitch channel. And this one guy who has like a monopoly on all these videos, basically, his name is Alpha Gaming. And he's just this fucking guy who like he like quiffs his hair up and he like does like super jump cuts like that and like like and like the way that he speaks, I fucking hate it. Like top 5 streaming things I wish I knew when I started. And, like all his thumbnails are
Oh, that's my
like
pet
those are
peeve.
his
Those
fucking
clickbaity
thumbnails.
thumbnails with all the red
Yeah.
arrows on them and shit. Can't stand
Yeah.
that.
And that's like everyone and like that's like a group of YouTubers and like that pretty much dominates YouTube now. It's like
Yeah,
all
it
these
does.
top 5, top 10 this like how to do this or like things I wish I knew. Best this that the other. I fucking hate that. And I stumbled across this chick's YouTube channel. Her name is Julie Nolke and even Churdley's. And we had a brief conversation about this. It's kind of like the old YouTube.
Yeah.
Like they're bringing back like that sketch comedy
Yeah.
sort of bit and like this chick Julie Noki, she's actually hilarious. Last week she had like 57K subscribers, now she's at 80.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
It's a big week.
Yeah, and this one video, Quarantine Panic Attack. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat for everyone to watch it because it's pretty fucking funny. But yeah, check it out. And yeah. What about you guys? Who annoys you on YouTube?
Oof. Uh,
Well,
there's a few. There's a few. I've got
Lay it, brother.
okay, top of the list, FoozyTube.
What's he do?
That's the question. What does he do? Um, he started off as as a what's it called, like a vlogger sort of thing. He got massive, absolutely huge. Went through kind of like an episode, sold his account. Then he started building up another one. Had another episode, went dark, and then came back. But with him, it's always the same bit. Not the disappearing act. It's the same bit in the sense that he just kind of films like what he does and makes the same stupid mistakes over and over, like getting a tattoo removed and then getting another tattoo on the same spot and then getting it removed again in 3 months. So it's kind
Yeah.
of, yeah. So it's and the titles are very clickbaity, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that always bugged me about him. Um, the whole phase thing kind of, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way. They're not really a gaming industry anymore. They're like more so
Mhm.
like a
No,
clout
they're
business.
brand.
Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
people
dude.
just go there to
You can
kind of
tell.
party and stuff like that. It's not really that old Call of Duty clan that we used to know. So it's not really
Mhm.
as much of a gaming industry as it is I don't know, like a clout factory,
Marketing
really.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's literally just a brand, dude. That's what FaZe is now.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
when we were young, man, FaZe meant something, you know, and it
Yeah, it
was like,
did.
whoa, this guy's fucking X, Y, and Z. Like this, see, they're getting into it. They're playing a tournament this weekend, whatever. Something like that anymore. And I'm pretty sure that they've made some signings and shit too that have
Yeah.
just been complete and total like publicity stunts.
Yeah, it's been
You know,
a lot of streamers and stuff like that as
Forgetting about
opposed to
the
actual
drama.
pro players, right? Where
exactly.
you see
Yeah,
like now
definitely.
we're in the era of esports, especially now that we're in quarantine too. That's one of the only things, if you want to call it a sport, that's one of the only things that's still running.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on TSN, it's on ESPN, it's on all of those major uh, sport platforms, and
Mhm,
these
mhm,
guys are nowhere to be found. You look at, for example, League of Legends. They have one of the biggest esports communities in the entire
mhm.
world. FaZe is nowhere to be found. Are they?
Right.
Do they have the money to sign these massive players and create a pro team? Absolutely. They're probably one of the richest when it comes to esports because they have such a
Yeah.
big brand. Their publicity is next level. Nobody is there. Like you can go up to someone in the street who doesn't follow esports and you can say, "Hey, you guys know who Cloud9 is?" They'll be like, "No." Oh, how about FaZe? Yeah, we know those guys from YouTube, right?
Mhm.
I heard a
That's exactly it.
conversation in a gas station once. These guys were talking about fucking who's the most famous one? He's a really famous
Jeff.
name. No,
Banks
no.
from FaZe.
The leaguer. Shroud, is that one?
Shroud
He's
is
a very famous
Shroud.
no Shroud plays like he played CS for a while.
faker. Faker,
Faker's
that's
the
it.
Korean
Faker.
pro. Yeah, the
Yeah.
best mid
But
I
that's
laner in the
heard
not.
world.
But what's the? That's not phase though, right? Like
No,
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 no.
no. He plays
T,
for
TSM. Is that
no,
it?
SKT.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
Korean.
like everyone knows like league pro league players. Like it's a very it's so popular.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, for
And
sure,
people
dude.
just
You
talk
see
about
those
it.
videos, man, of like of how like in Korea, like esports players are basically like they are their sports stars. You know, like they're as
Oh yeah.
renowned as like say I don't know like McDavid here or something. You know what I mean? Like sports players in our country, like it's really weird. They're treated like fucking rock stars.
Yeah. Even Hungmin's son, man. That guy, everyone he's a god over there, dude. He fucking
Did you see
worships
that he
him.
has to do military service now?
Yeah. They tear
Yeah.
gassed him.
What?
Yeah.
Tell
That
me
was
that was
part of
part
the
of like his
training.
training.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat a banana, but I'm gonna break it up into small pieces because you can all see me.
Yo, clip this, clip this. um, that's yeah, it's crazy, man. But for my YouTubers or YouTuber, I guess honestly, guys, I don't really know like all the channels and stuff. I'm not really up to date with the like with the. I watch YouTube every single day, but it's more just like compilation videos, or I'll specifically watch maybe like for example Churdley skits, or
Mhm.
I'll use it to watch like videos on bands that I like and stuff. But I'm not really too hip to like all the like the YouTube stardom or whatever. Um, but someone that does annoy me, I guess, or people that annoy me on YouTube. I don't know any specific channels, but they're the ones that like they make commentary or kind of like a reaction to certain videos, and their whole niche is doing exactly that. And they also
Yeah.
have like clickbaity thumbnails and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But lately, for example, as you guys know, like Dr. Phil rabbit hole and shit, right? But then there will be those YouTubers who will specifically just have an 18-minute video, and the only reason I watch these things is because the rest of the Dr. Phil episode isn't on YouTube, so I have to watch this just to see what happens, and I'm there fucking skipping through their commentary just to see what happens in the episode. That annoys me because like a lot of them are just really cringy, I guess, and they make really weird comments.
Mhm.
But if we got to talk about a specific YouTuber, then Shane Dawson, I guess. Like back in the day, dude. Like like I'm talking like no, like I'm talking like 2010 and stuff like that, or whenever he first started. Shane Dawson's YouTube was great. I think we probably spoke about this before, but it's because it was skits and funny stuff,
Mhm.
But now he's kind of just turned into I don't even know what, when he's making a bunch of weird videos, and I especially have beef with those conspiracy videos, but I won't get into that again. But yeah, I guess it's just what? I guess the problem with YouTube in a way is just that so many of the YouTubers that are making it large now are ones who cater to younger audiences,
Mhm.
but it's like it's pretty exploitative because
That chair always does that. Holy fuck.
I'm sorry.
it's
Did you see that?
oh wait, what? I saw
He almost fell off his chair.
yeah, yeah. Let me just respond to you guys. I'm sorry because I see Jackie in the chat saying he has good conspiracy videos. And listen, Jack, you know what? You're right. He does speak on all of the conspiracies very well, and he does a good job making those videos. The thing that I don't like about it is that his audience is so obviously young kids.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a large portion of his audience. And the problem with his conspiracy videos is that even though he throughout the video says like, oh, you know what, not in any way, shape, or form do I necessarily believe that these are true, but the way that he presents it, it's so convincing. And like he'll have a bunch of kids watching his videos, and next thing you know, they're a million kids or whatever, 1,000 kids who believe that the earth is really flat because he presented such convincing arguments in his video without really kind of taking a step back from it and presenting it as, oh, this is the conspiracy because of X, Y, and Z. Instead, he says, and this is all the evidence, and it goes like this, and it goes like that. And he's very convincing in the argument. So I don't like that a lot of kids are watching that and then ultimately being convinced by it. Like
Mhm.
I've said it on the podcast before, Jack, in a previous episode, but what happened in one of his videos was there was this kid who commented like something so ridiculous, something to the effect of, "Yeah, well, I don't believe in shit anyway, so and I'm 12 years old." And I was like, "What are you going on about, man?" Like he's just too corrupting, I guess.
Sensationalized too.
Yes, yes, that's a good word to use for it for sure. But yeah, I guess I just miss when everything was just funny sketches and shit, but the big problem is just that so much of it now the audience is young, therefore all of the
Mhm.
or a lot of YouTubers have to cater to the young, and that's just not what YouTube once was. But then again, it's advancing forward, right? Like
It's
they
also
can't be
very censored
excluded.
now, so it's tough
Mm,
for those channels to really put out that same content that used to come out and used to fly back then. Because now
yeah,
there's no money to be made if even a smidge of it crosses that line that they have
for
drawn.
sure.
So,
Yeah, and there were big troubles with that. Like a few years ago, I remember H3 was like
yep.
kind of like a staple boy or poster boy, whatever, for that whole. I don't even remember what they called it, but it was kind of like YouTube Gate because
Hmm.
they were basically or demonetizing
Yeah.
a whole bunch of channels because they would say
Mm.
fuck or something,
Hmm.
and which is ridiculous because honestly, not for anything. You can go on YouTube and I promise you, if you search, you can find like nude videos and stuff like that. I'm not saying like full length fucking, but you can definitely find things that shouldn't be on YouTube that make it
Mhm.
past the censorship. And then there are some legitimate YouTubers that got screwed over because of expletives or because their opinions didn't really match up with 2020, I guess.
Right.
You know.
Their advertising standards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Big time advertising standards. And yeah, Jack, yeah, I see what you're saying. It is definitely good. He is entertaining. There's no doubt about that he's entertaining. He does a good job with that.
Well, for his older audience, it's not really the issue. Isn't the issue that Lou kind of presented? It's more to the sense that like he's bringing out this information that we can understand that it may not be his opinion and it may not be true, whereas these kids would take it very literally, and he's kind of feeding into that audience, which is what keeps them coming back because they believe everything he says, right?
Hmm.
Um,
And they take that to the schoolyard, you know?
right. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a good conspiracy video, um,
Oh, you guys.
Shane
Sorry, Joe.
Dawson or not.
Interrupt.
No, it's okay. Um, but
Oh,
for the
never mind.
kids,
Never mind.
it's because they absorb it like a sponge, and they really
Hmm.
retain that information as if it's the only information that's out there.
Especially for people like Jake Paul, like selling merch and
Oof.
stuff like that to kids. And who's that? There's one streamer who he was caught a while back. He was like playing Fortnite on stream, but it wasn't really him. He had someone else controlling it. It's an Asian guy, and he does like a
Really?
lot of clickbaity stuff. Yeah, you guys know the guy for sure. Like he's
Oh,
super
rice gum.
Rice Gum. That's him.
Was it?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that guy.
for
He's
real.
hilarious
Oh
because
my
he's so
god, I didn't know
stupid. It has
that.
to be a
Okay.
character. Has to be.
Yeah,
I
you'd
don't think
think,
that's
man.
really him. Like it
Yo,
has to be a character.
I saw something so ridiculous the other day on the more YouTube, and it was 10 among you, and do you know those YouTubers? It's
Oh
like
my
it's
god,
this,
I saw this. It was like
yeah, you
the
know the
the
one.
whole fake bit.
It was a fake bit, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, Juice, I don't remember the YouTubers' names, but you know them, I think. It's like they came out with a song, and it's like, never mind the song. It's one chick and the guy. The guy is gay, but they're married to one another, even though he's gay, and it's just,
It's
man,
not
I
Hannah
can't.
Marbles.
No, 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 no. They were like, dude, I don't know. I don't know. S-
Uh,
Sab liked the channel, at least I know, a few years ago. Um, I don't
A
really know
gay
how else
guy. A gay guy is married to a
to.
girl.
Yes, but it's
I don't know any
intentional.
of
It's
that.
all like a
It's a
bit.
bit.
It's a bit.
Christina, is that her name?
Christina.
Honestly, I can't
Okay,
really
hold
put
on.
my
It's a.
finger on it to be
It's a
honest.
bit.
Sorry,
It's a. That's Christine and Elijah. I think that's it.
Christine and Elijah. That could be it.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Wait,
okay.
is he crippled?
Yeah, that's it.
He's
Christine
crippled.
Sedelko. That's it.
Oh no, never mind, never mind.
No, no, no. Christine Sedelko though is her
There's
name.
this
And
one guy who's like crippled, and they make a YouTube video, and he's like married to some hot chick, and they make a lot of videos. But I thought that's who you were talking about for a second, but no, that's not
Jackie,
it.
actually, no, it might be though, because Jackie said the same thing in chat. Christine and Elijah.
No, that's Christine Sedelko. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I'm talking about
yeah,
Christine
yeah,
Sedelko. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's her.
Okay, but she she was on with her gay boyfriend or whatever, like gay husband. They
I
were
thought
they
they got
went on
married.
the Maury show. No, I thought they were,
No, they just live
but
together.
I haven't seen like I haven't been up to speed with them since probably like 2016. But I thought that was their intentions.
Mhm.
Anyway, they went on. Joe said he saw it on the Maury show,
Hmm.
and Tana Mongeau was involved as well. So ridiculous, man, because they set it up so that the dude was cheating on Christine with Tana.
Yeah.
Like it was so crazy,
Tana
man.
comes busting out of the back. She's running out front in like this lingerie. Like what? It's just
Yeah, yeah,
it's completely out of left field. But it's just
yeah,
it's Maury in a nutshell. Is really what
yeah.
it
Oh,
is.
100%. Yeah, that's right, Mickey. It's the Mary Chrysler girl.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm. But so crazy, man. Shit.
Okay,
Lou,
I
you
gotta.
want to hit us
I'll
with
be
your
right back.
question?
Yeah, for sure. Oh shit! I clicked on the
No,
wrong question.
save the question. I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. I gotta find it again anyway. I forgot it or lost it.
Hmm. The Mary
Excuse me.
Chrysler girl. Oh my god, that's right. Yeah. Now I'm starting to remember the video.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's weird, man. It's so weird. And like Tana comes out, she like starts twerking, and then she's like playing into it. She was like, "He was in my bed last night," and he looks at her, and he like, I don't know, man. And then he looks at his wife or whatever, and is like, "Yeah, I never loved you. I'm marrying you for tax purposes." And then they reveal, and then Maury does a lie detector where they reveal that he in fact didn't cheat on her with Tana, but was cheating on her with men instead. It's weird, man.
Yep, Maury in a nutshell.
There it is. Okay, I got my question ready for when Juice returns.
Perfect.
I like this. Now that we're into it, I like the interaction. Thank you guys for for writing in chat because it definitely adds another layer to the
Yeah, it
show.
does. It does.
It's cool. Yeah. And for the listeners, just doing audio, you can check it if you're like. I guess we'll try to say what people are saying or like whatever we're responding to that's in chat. We'll try to let you guys know so you have some context.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it didn't take long to feel back in the groove.
No, it didn't.
I'm
It
feeling
didn't.
all right.
Um, what are we doing today? We're only doing an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're only gonna do an hour today. So we're gonna try and condense it just a little bit, just so that
Hmm.
we're not overdoing it for the
Yeah.
first episode because this episode here that we're recording as well, we're gonna save it from the actual Twitch streams, edit it a little bit, and upload it onto YouTube as well, so you can watch it back. If you ever do miss the stream and you wanted to tune into the stream, you can see the actual podcast. You can see us interacting with one another, and the chat will be on screen as well, so you can kind of follow along with the questions or responses that people are throwing in the chat.
Yep. This is like a trial run
Yeah,
in a sense.
yeah,
Um,
and honestly, it's going pretty well.
yeah, I think so too. And what's cool, trial run, testing it. I
Train
can't
of
remember what I was
thought.
gonna say now. Yeah, yeah, man. Because I'm still getting back into the groove. But oh, right. What I was gonna say is we just don't want to run it like crazy and then find out afterwards that shit didn't really work out the way that we wanted or it didn't turn
Right.
out well on video or something. Like we also don't want to pull any podcast muscles or something, strain the back or whatever, the wrists. Yeah, we got to stay in tip-top shape for Valorant and
Future
everything
casts.
else. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Future casts, especially now. But doing it remote's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's definitely something I could get used to.
Yeah, I don't feel I'd still like to do it in the studio when we obviously, time permitting. But
Right.
this is good because like if there's ever one week where like when the world's back to normal,
Hmm.
if there's ever a week where shit's too crazy or we just can't make the trek, whatever, we just say, you know what, boys, look, we got this set up already online.
Hmm.
Let's just run it like that, right?
Right.
It's definitely a good alternative.
Oh, it's
But
it's
it
more than a good alternative. I'm really enjoying this.
mhm.
We just got to make sure everyone's internet persists. That's the main
Yeah,
thing. Which is why I think we should condense some of our episodes just so that we don't overdo it and then have to end it mid cast because we lose someone or something like that.
for sure, for sure.
But
Yeah, that sounds good.
where did
What did he say he was doing? Yeah.
I was just about to ask the same thing. Does anybody remember? I don't remember what he said he was gonna go do. Is that
Oh,
him?
there he is. Might be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is he in the
Yeah, me
washroom?
neither. Look at the Spider-Man pillow in the
Yeah.
back. That's dope. I thought he went to the washroom. I thought that's what he said. Yeah.
We found his dog in the washroom, taking a dookie.
Oh no.
For those who don't know, Jules' dog is a very good dog. He always goes to the washroom outside, except for one spot. Jules' washroom in his bedroom.
Yeah.
A goddamn shame I didn't have my phone with me.
Why? What
Oh
happened?
no.
I had 2 coffees and a banana. You know what happened.
um, that's greasy. It'll
All
do it
right.
though.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking laxative.
Yeah, big time.
So
Alright,
what's
let's
up? What's the news? What's your question?
Okay. So what I got here is, what is a song that legitimately terrifies you? And that comes from user underscore winterbear underscore.
Juice, you're gonna have to start with this one. I'm thinking.
All right. Have you guys ever seen Requiem for a Dream?
Nope.
Bits and pieces.
Okay. There's a song called Closer by Nine Inch Nails. I can't listen to it because it reminds me of that movie. That movie is like really fucking disturbing. And yeah, that's basically it.
Hmm.
I can't listen to it.
We
And it
got
comes
Groovy Bot.
and they play it on no, I don't want to. Fuck that. And it comes on like Y108 and Q107 sometimes. Pisses me off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's freaky about it? Like the instruments, the vocals.
All of it. Cause like it sounds like really similar to like one of the songs that they play in the movie. And it's just like, nah, I don't
Hmm.
like it, man. There's no groove, like it's not groovy, you know? It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't match. It
it's
doesn't
just
match your vibe. That's what it
no.
is. Because you want
No,
to
no.
bounce, and it kind of puts you back in your
Hmm.
seat.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
exactly. How about you guys? What terrifies you?
I like the song, but like the meaning behind it scares me, and it's time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting way of looking at it, dude. I didn't think of it from like what the song, like the lyrics, whether or not they terrify me. I was just thinking purely on the instrumental level.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good take.
Yeah, yeah. The meaning behind it scares the shit out of me, because
Yeah.
like if you really look at the lyrics, and it's telling you about how time is going by pretty much so quickly. You look
Yeah.
back and you're just wondering where the hell all the time went. It's
Yeah.
it's a pretty scary thought, because you know what, we're getting a little bit older, so we're starting to realize how quickly it's going. Like if we put it in certain perspectives, it's kind of nuts. Like we've been out of high school now for what, 7 years,
Yeah.
Almost eight. No, no,
eight
no.
8 years,
No, no, no.
Seven,
seven
This
seven,
is our
years.
seven.
yeah 7.
This is our seventh year. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of wild, and we've been out of that means we've been out of what, elementary school for how long? Over, what was it, 10 years? When did we graduate?
We graduated in 2010.
10 years we've been out of elementary
Yeah.
school, and I can
Man.
remember
Yeah.
elementary school like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
That's fucked,
Well,
man.
as the song says, and then one day you find 10 years of got behind you.
Hmm.
No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. And now here we are,
Yeah.
24, man. And like, dude, I'll tell you, I sure as shit missed that starting gun, man. You know,
You know what I'm
like,
scared of
mm,
is that like every time I hear that line, it's like I'm just like scared of like 10 years actually passing by from the moment that I'm listening to it,
Hmm.
and like I'm just scared for like 10 years in the future, basically.
yeah, mm-hmm, yeah, because
Which
like, what
like
the
is
fuck
is
is
weird
30?
because like I'm kind of excited for the future. I want to see what happens. Like, like with technology, like I want to see how far it's gonna go before the world blows up or some shit, you
But
know?
that's what we used to say when
Like
we were
with
kids
climate
too.
change.
Like we can't wait to, I can't wait till I can drive, and I can't wait till
Yeah.
I can work and make my own money. Now it's like, fuck me, man. Like,
But it's hard to not be nostalgic.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. And for those who don't know what we're actually talking about, it's Time by Pink Floyd. If you
Yeah,
ever want to look up the lyrics and stuff like that to see what we're kind of talking about. Great song. You've definitely heard it before if you're within our generation, and your dad or your mom or anything like that have been into that kind of music, or if you're into that music yourself.
mm-hmm.
You've definitely heard the song, but really listen to the lyrics and you'll understand kind of where I'm coming from.
Yeah. The lyrics are killer, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Freaky song, shit.
Again, great song though.
Yeah, oh yeah. The whole album, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's one of the best albums ever.
Hmm.
Fuck me, bro.
I was waiting for that.
How about you, Lou?
Revolution 9 by the Beatles.
Mm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
hey, good spin crawl.
Yeah, yeah. It's just It's just an array of sounds. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And like this really
Plays
weird, ominous
backwards.
voice. It just goes number nine at the very beginning, and then it just, oh man, then it just
Shivers.
starts making noise. And like there's like sounds of explosions at some point in the song, and like large
Screaming.
crashing cymbals and screams and like fire, like you hear like crackling almost. It sounds like there's a fire somewhere. It's not even a song, really. It's
Yeah.
like it's just a composition of noises. Um, and there's definitely no groove or funk or anything to it. Like
There's
yeah.
no logic to the song, man. It's a fever dream. It's an
Hmm.
acid trip
Yeah.
in 9 minutes. That's what it
Yes.
is. And in the early days when we used to listen to it, like that shit was fucked, man. Like it was genuinely terrifying, and it was a shared experience for all of us too. Like we all went through the same thing. Like I don't know, but you like the feeling of a record scratching. Like that's what it gave for me. Like
Hmm.
I was the record, and the needle was just scratching me,
Yeah.
and that's what
Yeah.
made me feel like I don't know. But that
Hmm.
that's shit's. I don't even know what they were thinking. I'd love to know what they were. I'd love to be there when they recorded it.
A lot of drugs. That's what they were thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Had
an
to be.
album, though, man. That's
Yeah,
my.
man.
That's
The White Album
probably, yeah.
is their best work.
With
I'm gonna
so many shit songs, but
I'm
so
gonna
many
put on an
great
album.
ones.
Hopefully you guys can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it. Um. And then YouTubers that annoy you. Joe, was that your question or Juice's?
Juice's question was YouTubers that annoy you. Yeah,
Okay.
but I guess I can get us started then with our last zip, bro.
Yeah? Yay or nay?
Woohoo! What's that?
Yay or nay?
I'm down, man.
I'll get us started with our last Ask Reddit question. And obviously, everyone in the chat, feel free to answer this because I know a few people in the chat are very into YouTube.
Hmm.
So this question, Jules's was about YouTubers that you really can't stand, pretty much. Um, my question is, who is a YouTuber that is genuinely enjoyable? This one is posted by user EmobiDick. Um,
By user Moby Dick. Dude, you're
Emobi
lying.
Dick. Emobi Dick.
Okay, on this album though, there's a song called Moby Dick.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
cool, man.
I will. I'll kick it off
Hmm.
with YouTubers that I enjoy. Um, I've been watching a lot of what's his name, Paulo from Tokyo.
Oh, yeah. Is he the guy that
He
does the day in the life?
Yes, so he does a lot of series of a day in the life of a Japanese so and so. So it'll be a day in the life of like a Japanese ramen chef, or a day in the life of a Japanese insurance worker, or something like that. And it kind of goes through their full on day to day of what they do when they wake up, how they get to work, all that stuff. And it's kind of crazy to see how different their lives are from ours.
Hmm.
And then obviously another YouTuber. They're not really a YouTuber. They're a collective that I've always been invested in. Mighty Car Mods. Um,
Oh,
the
I
two
love
guys
Mighty
from
Car Mods.
Australia. Absolutely love those guys. Love their channel because they do a lot of informational stuff if you're into cars, as well as just a lot of builds and stuff like that that you kind of follow along and you kind of feel like you're a part of the build with them. So it's
Hmm.
really cool. But
That's cool, man.
yeah, I think those two are my, and only in Japan. That's my last one. He does
Is
more of
that the white
like a
guy?
documentary. He's an Indian guy actually. Lives in
Oh.
Japan. He does more of like a documentary style of YouTube, but he goes through all of the different things. I recently actually remember showing my girlfriend. I think this was like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. He did a video on the world's largest firework that they do in Japan.
Oh.
Yeah, and it shows like the big like cannonball that this thing is in, and the cannon that they shoot it out of, and through the actual festival, and you see this thing explode in the sky and everything. So he does like a lot of that kind of stuff where he'll go around every part of Japan. It'll go through like their fastest train and what it's like on that and like all that stuff. I'm just really interested in that kind of culture. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, that's mine.
Um,
Dominator 04 TML. His is
yeah,
David Dobrik. So
yeah,
David Dobrik's
and
big with everybody.
Mickey and Jackie in the chat also both say the tiptoe through the tulip song that was in Insidious. Oh wait. Oh, and Jackie says, or the song from Sinister when that plays
Mhm.
when they're getting killed. Yeah, yeah. Tiptoe Through the Tulips is they're both freaky, both good movies, Insidious and Sinister.
Mhm.
But those are cool channels, man. That
Mhm.
the Japan stuff, like
Yeah.
it's really the culture's crazy, man. It's so interesting to see the differences, like you said,
Mhm.
between living here and what it would be like to live there.
Yeah.
hmm Um, for me, some YouTubers that I enjoy. Jules mentioned Churdleys earlier.
Mhm.
They put up a bunch of funny shit. It's like that sketch comedy.
Mhm.
There's this guy now. Like these channels, except for Churdleys, I keep up with their videos. A lot of these channels I just subscribe to though, and like just because I like them, but I
Yeah.
don't really watch all of their content. There's this guy, he's called Sirmore, Syrmor, and he does videos of he always plays VR chat, and he basically talks to people in VR chat.
Mhm.
But they'll like here, just as an example of one of the titles.
Vitals.
Um, yeah, like look, and this is like it's dark, but whatever. Guy in VR chat talks about his mom's drinking problem, or like little kid is too innocent for VR. Kid talks middle school drama in VR chat. Like it's really funny because he actually gets good, like he asks good questions and gets good responses from people in VR chat, and it's just weird, man, because the dialogue is he cuts it up to make it look like to make it all pretty, like to make it all flow pretty well.
Mhm.
He has good quality. It's just good quality, wholesome shit. And then there's like okay, and then the one last one that I'll say is for my third is the hydraulic press channel. Those two crazy
Oh yeah.
bastards, man.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the hydraulic press video.
Yeah, yeah. And they kill it, man. Like I just like that they pump out content. They stay true to exactly what their shit is. They never really tried to branch off into too much crazy shit, except some other experiments. But yeah, those two Finns are nuts, and they're kind of funny too. Yeah. And weirdly smart. Like I like they have a channel called Beyond the Press, and they'll say like, okay, well this is what I estimate that will have, like they had this one where they put like this massive piece of metal that they heated up really hot, and they put it in the center of a small pool, and they basically estimated what the water will warm up to around it, but like using legit calculations and shit. And I was like, oh fuck, so like not only these people just wild, with their hydraulic press and shit, like they're smart, they're trying to figure stuff out, like they're really calculating what they're doing, which is kind of cool. It adds another layer to it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's mine for me.
How about you, Juice?
Um, right now I watch this guy Bitwit a lot because like obviously like I built my PC, but I subscribe to him because he's got a lot of information like about you know like the components now
Mhm.
that that are like mainstream, I guess, like what's going on with like the whole market and shit like that.
Right.
I don't know, he's just got a good personality. But beyond that too, this guy the completionist, he makes like videos like he likes to like 100% games,
Mhm.
and like he like makes videos basically about his progress, but like they're like half an hour videos, and they're the kind of reviews at the same time. But yeah, just him too. Like I just like his personality, the way he makes his videos. But I'm trying to like avoid like all these fucking clickbaity channels, like
Yeah.
top 10
hmm
tips and tricks and bullshit like that. Like I can't do it. It's just
it's good to
it's just
it's
all a
good to
ploy.
avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And man, there's still, like, I feel like everything that we've said in in terms of the channels that we really dig right now, I think they're all kind of like nichey type channels.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's all something that we all listed something, I think, that we're interested in. Not that I take any interest in a hydraulic press, for example, outside of
Shit being
watching
destroyed.
his videos, but you know what I mean. But like, but it's all pretty niche stuff the content creators really kind of dedicate themselves to. I
Mhm.
think, which is important. I mean, like not to say that like vloggers and stuff aren't dedicated, but they dedicate themselves to like one specific area of like craft or something. Like there's this one guy that I watch. Just it kind of reminded me of what you just said. He's called the 8-bit drummer, and basically he streams on Twitch, but then posts all his shit to YouTube. And people like submit songs. Like it'd be like, for example, the Wii soundtrack. Except
Yeah.
every time that it goes dun dun dun, it speeds up by times 10. But he'll be playing it on drums, man. He'll be matching it, and like
Mm,
people will submit a bunch of random shit, and then he just plays whatever people want. And
yeah.
he's a fucking crazy drummer, and his content is awesome because of
Mhm.
that, you know. But it's all very very niche, I think, what we said.
Jackie says Mr. Beast, who I just found out about, and his videos are pretty good.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
Mickey said Jenna Marbles and Julia Almeida. I watch their videos all the time, all the fucking time. Me and Sab all the time. We always watch those fucking videos. They're so funny, man. They're so funny. Their
Who's
dog. They have these little shit dogs that look like they're the most derpiest dogs. Here, let me send you some in the chat.
are they like the Yorkies?
No, they're like Italian somethings.
Mm.
Mastiffs,
Dogs. No, they're not that big.
Italians. Mickey will be able to tell us in the chat. Mickey's the animal guru.
Look at these
Who's
fuckers. They look like Snoop Dogg, man.
Oh, they're the ones with the long faces.
Yeah, here, check this out.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
the
And the
one.
tongue is hanging out the side.
Check it out in the chat.
Who's Julian Solomita?
Italian
Italian
Greyhound.
Greyhound.
There it is. Thanks, Mickey. See?
That's her husband, I guess. Boyfriend, I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay. But he's on Jenna Marble's channel?
Yeah. Well, they
Okay.
both have their own channels, but they make videos together, I guess.
Dude, she's an OG, man. She's been around
Yeah.
forever.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Same with Shane Dawson, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. They both adapted to the style really well. Like the new you know,
Mhm.
like they kept up with the trends, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. They went with the curve instead of just sticking with what they had before, where we've
Mhm.
seen a lot of our OG YouTubers fall off because they didn't want to mold into this new form of YouTube that came to be really. So,
Mhm. Yeah. But
um,
yeah, Mr. Beast is his videos are cool too. I saw this one where they gave pizza delivery guy a house. Oh wait, no. They asked somebody for help inside of Walmart or like like IKEA or something, whatever it was.
mhm.
And they got his help for 2 days. Basically, they said, "Oh, my buddy's moving. Can you help us? And we'll pay you $500 for the day or something." And then they ended up like they were moving all this crazy shit in. They were buying
Oh
like
yeah.
TVs. They're buying like basically top of the line everything. And then in the end, they just give him the keys. But like his videos are entertaining. I don't know if it's real or not, but his videos are definitely entertaining.
I'll tell you one thing for sure. He gets mauled on taxes.
Oh yeah. He says that and
He
too. Like he doesn't want to fuck
definitely
his friends and
does.
shit.
Definitely does.
Yeah.
But yeah, he buys some crazy stuff. He
Hmm.
I don't know where all this money comes from, but he gets a lot of sponsors and stuff like that that are on board with what he's doing, which is cool. And
Hmm.
obviously that helps with his kind of content because without a sponsor, he wouldn't really be able to do it.
No, for sure, for sure.
Maybe
I
now.
saw his brother in one of Mr. Beast's videos. He gave like his brother was in. He's like, "Oh, my brother's trying to join too. He's trying to do all this shit, blah blah blah." And dude, he gave him like a massive shout out. Obviously,
Mhm.
now, his brother gained so many subscribers from it. I'm talking like I think like hundreds of thousands. And I don't remember for sure. And dude, the guy isn't even uploading anymore, man. Wasted fucking so many subs and shit. Wasted a crazy opportunity, you know? I don't know about wasted. Maybe he just wasn't meant for it. Maybe he's just not into it.
Yeah,
But
it's not for
I mean,
everybody,
like,
but
yeah, exactly. But like, what a boost, to
oh
start
yeah.
out with.
Oh yeah. It doesn't get better,
Mhm. No, of course not.
especially because they're going to keep coming back because you're their favorite YouTuber's brother or whatever. So, in
Mhm.
a lot of your
Mhm.
content, they're still going to see their favorite YouTuber because
Yeah,
you guys are related.
but it's unfortunate because he tried to kind of do the same thing in his brother, and in one of them,
Mhm.
I think he did like the world's biggest hot tub of spaghetti or something. Like and they sat in it for X amount of time. Like it was he didn't veer off and try to do his own thing. So I think that's
Jackie
probably why.
Jackie asks, she's just curious because he's number one, but what do we think of PewDiePie?
I love that we're getting that question, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. No, honestly, I've
I love
always been a big
PewDiePie.
fan of PewDiePie. Um, I liked him back when he did his horror game playthroughs. I think this
Mm.
was something like maybe eight.
Blender was big.
It was maybe 8 years ago. I don't remember the game that he played, but he used to play
Slender
through
had to be one of them.
Slender was one
Yeah.
of them. But he played this other one. It had something to do with like Pigman or something like that. I don't know, but
Outlast.
I don't remember what it's. I don't remember what it's called. Me and a friend of mine, we used to play this game. When we were in Cuba, and we would play this game in our room. He brought his laptop, and we just play this horror game before we went to bed. I completely
It
forget
probably
what
is
it's called.
Outlast.
Yeah, I
No,
think
it's
it
not.
is.
It's not. It's
No?
not. No, it's not Outlast.
I remember you talking to me about this game though,
Yeah,
Ninja.
this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But and they have multiple of this game, so they've made like two, three, maybe even four. But I used to watch
Mm.
him back then. That content I used to really like. Now he does more so of like that reaction type thing,
Yeah.
where he'll react to a meme or he'll react to a funny video, something like that. Just it's not the same content, but again, he's going with the curve because that's what people click on now. And
Hmm.
there's a reason he's still gaining subscribers, and it's because he kind of went with that curve instead of went against it. But
Definitely.
yeah, I used to like his old content. I would say I prefer his old content. In what about Ninja? Heath,
I've
Hmm.
never watched one of his videos.
and I never
I
will.
Who?
only watched
PewDiePie?
No,
no
Ninja.
Ninja. I've only
Mm.
watched that one video that you guys sent me where he's like snapping on some kid. He's like, "You kiss your mother with that fucking mouth," or like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
You
only
little
one
shit.
video I saw. Yeah, because he
Yeah.
called him like I don't know, some offensive word.
How about you kiss your
Yeah.
mother
Not
with
trying to
that
say.
mouth? How about you kiss your mother with that mouth? Like, okay, buddy, relax.
Yeah.
Kid's 12.
Yeah, honestly. He's weird, man, Ninja.
Yeah.
Ninja I don't watch. I've never seen like on stream, yeah, I've seen some clips like when Fortnite was big and stuff, but I've never watched his stuff. And PewDiePie, I've probably watched maybe 4 PewDiePie videos in my life. I like him, or yeah, I like PewDiePie. I'm subscribed to PewDiePie. I don't really care for his content though. I just think what he's done is awesome. Like he's
Mhm.
the world's biggest subscriber by far. He had such a crazy gaming channel. Like what he did for gaming and YouTube is all like is just crazy.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm sub to him, and for that reason I like him. But his actual videos I don't really particularly care for. But I definitely see the appeal behind them or in them.
Mhm.
They're just not for me.
How
Yeah.
about you, Juice?
Yeah, no, I pretty much said it already. I like him. I like him a lot.
How about Ninja?
Yeah, I don't watch Ninja.
So Ninja he has like a series now where he does like a stream like after dark or whatever, calls like Ninja After Dark. And this is where he has profanity and stuff like that because it's not for kids anymore. So it just goes to show you that like there are masks that these creators can put on to appeal to a certain audience. So during the
For
day,
sure.
he throws this mask on that he's kind of like this
Kid
censored
friendly.
appeals to
Yeah.
kids and all this kind of guy. And then at nighttime, he's kind of just cussing his brain out with all the guys that he plays with during the day who also censor themselves. So don't be fooled by these guys because that's the way they are. I saw a video.
No way, man.
I saw a video what 3 days ago maybe, and it was no maybe it was a week ago. It was when Warzone was really picking up steam. And Ninja was playing with who's the owner of 100 Thieves, Red Mercy. And Ninja was just whining the whole time. It was a highlight videos that someone posted about Ninja complaining and whining about, him not getting revived and him not getting picked up in time and him costing his team the game pretty much because he's making callouts in his favor when he's dead. He's like, yo, just pick up the cash. Just pick up the cash. You can revive me. Like, just do it. Come on. Like, why are you not doing? And Red Mercy pretty much tells him where to go in the video. He's like, man, like you got to be quiet. Like you got to chill out because like
Yo,
you're gonna
you got to
cost us
send
the
that
game.
to me.
Yeah. So
I need to see that because
yeah,
that's like
he's kind of a
that
man
sounds like
child.
Ninja. Yeah,
He's
100%.
kind of a man child. Like he's because he's what, like close to 30 now, if not already 30,
Yeah, no, I think he's close to. I don't think he's 30 yet
close
though.
to, and
Yeah.
he acts like a 14-year-old
Yeah.
when he plays video games. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, everyone, I don't want to rub anyone the wrong way, but whoever's a
No,
fan
he's
of
a little
him,
baby.
yeah, whoever's a fan of him, you're a fan of him for your own reasons, just like I'm a fan of the people I follow for my own reasons. Everyone's got their own opinion.
But you know what, man? Like at the beginning of Fortnite, when he was still like when he was the man in Fortnite,
Hmm.
it was entertaining because it was like, yo, this guy is crazy. It's sick.
Yeah,
But now so many people caught up to him, so it's almost like so that better entertainers but equal or better players
yeah,
have surpassed him.
exactly.
Um, Ninja though, fuck, there was this one thing that I saw about him. I don't even remember what it was. It doesn't matter. But yeah, he can be weird. Oh, that's what I wanted to say, dude. Mixer. What an
Oof.
That
just
I don't
dude, the
know.
fact that okay, here, real quick, I'll go on Mixer's website right now, and it's terribly unfortunate because I loved
Yeah.
and I never watch him anymore because he's on Mixer. Valorant right now has the oh Ninja. Okay, right now for example, Ninja right now is live playing Valorant. So is Shroud. Ninja has 5,871 viewers right now on
Oh
Mixer.
my god.
The number one streamer right now on oh sorry for the noise for the listeners on um from
All
my
good.
end if we take the recording. Oh okay, true. Um the number one streamer on Valorant right now is Summit, and he's got 70K, and that's low for him right now with this whole new
Hmm.
beta drop.
He's got 70K on which platform?
Twitch, Summit.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way, because I didn't hear who you said. I was like, there's no way that anybody has that many viewers on Mixer
No, dude, Twitch or Ninja's probably the most viewed right now.
at 5K.
Okay, dude, the most viewed game right now is Valorant at 9,836.
Okay, now put that perspective into the one that Summit 1G,
Mm-hmm.
this whole week that he's been streaming Valorant, he's been averaging around 210,000 viewers at once. He's got more viewers than the Mixer platform in an entire week in one night.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I've only seen every time I log into Twitch, I see Summit 1G 211K, 212. I've never even seen 70, so that's surprising to me to begin with.
Hmm.
So why would
And
they go ahead and make this platform? Like who and I heard that like they invested a bunch of money in the people that got to bring over.
Oh
But
yeah,
like
guys like
why try and
Ninja.
compete with Twitch? Like you can't.
Well, that's the
Like you
thing,
can't
right?
compete
Because
with Twitch.
where there's a big company, there's always another company that's trying to do something similar, just for revenue and cash flow. It's we see it in everything that we know. For us Canadians, for example, do you go to Esso or do you go to Shell?
Well, I don't, I just go wherever
But they provide the same thing,
wherever I need it.
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, and some people
Prices are
definitely have
always
a
the same,
preference.
right? Prices are always the same.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer Sony or
That's true.
Samsung,
Yeah, I guess like
right?
branding plays a
That's
big
so they're
aspect
kind of
into it.
they're kind of playing into that market because the market's massive for streaming right now. Everybody and their dogs want to be a streamer if they play video games right now. And if they don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be a streamer, they've at least watched a stream once in their life.
For sure.
It's happened.
And dude, that it's exactly what you said, Joe. Like Microsoft, they own Mixer. They
Mhm.
basically just tried to take down or hop into a market that was dominated by
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Twitch with
them
his,
who
which is
owns Mixer.
yeah. The crazy
Damn.
thing about this is, man, is this is Microsoft versus Amazon, dude. Microsoft was the
Yeah.
biggest company in the world for a long time.
Mhm.
Amazon. Not only did they take over, dude, but they surpassed by so fucking much, man. Like
Mhm.
Amazon is by far the biggest company in the world in terms of value.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And man, that's a bold challenge Microsoft took
Yeah.
on, man, to
Mhm.
take down
That's
fucking
cool.
Amazon or to beat them in like the thing is, dude, is that like Twitch was never it wasn't owned by Amazon. It was owned like Amazon just bought it out basically.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So not only was Microsoft going up against a service that Amazon owns, but they were going up against one of the original streaming services, or at least the one that took off the furthest.
Yeah.
Right? So like that was a bold challenge, and so far it's probably been about a year now, I guess, eh?
Mhm.
And they have not done well. And dude, Ninja's contract was like it was like a multi-million dollar
Oh
contract
yeah.
over multiple years. I think it was like 7 million plus or something on like a 5 year term. It was basically like a sports contract,
It
dude.
was a sports contract. Honest to God, it
Yeah.
was.
Hmm.
And it wasn't even a low end sports contract either. Like it was like you got to be pretty good at what you do.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, Shroud did the same thing.
Cause
And like if I were those guys, honestly, I'd be hoping that the company kind of collapses soon, and they can get the hell
yes.
out of there and go back to Twitch because the traffic is a lot crazier over there, and that
Hmm.
money for what they're making, it's not worth it. Because I've watched Shroud stream on Twitch, and the amount of donations this guy gets on Twitch as opposed to on Mixer, there's a massive difference. Twitch being,
Hmm.
he gets a hell of a lot more on Twitch. So I don't think it's worth it for these guys to cash out for a big check all at once, even if they pay out, here's a 1.5 million for the year. All you got to do is stream on our platform, and you get to keep your donations. But you're only getting 5,000 in traffic. For someone like me, 5,000, I'd be, going nuts, right? But that's someone
Through
that's
the
someone who
roof.
averages 15, 16 viewers a stream,
Hmm.
right? But you see these guys who Ninja used to average over 100K in every single stream on Twitch. Now he's struggling to
Yeah,
hit
dude.
10K.
Families would tune in, man.
Yeah.
Like it was like instead of watching, like TV at nighttime or movies at nighttime with your wife and kids, it was a full
hmm
family.
This is peak
That
time
was,
too.
man. Yeah.
Everybody's home. Everybody's home. Everybody's watching streams. Everybody's watching movies. If you're not playing if you're a video game person, if you're not playing a video game, you're watching someone play a video game right now.
Hmm.
And the traffic is still not there. He's still not even close to 10K.
You know what, man? The only thing I think that the only thing in terms of value that they got out of it was the fact that let's say in like let's say their contract's a 5 year term,
Mm-hmm.
right? On the fifth year, they're still going to be making that million and a half or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe in 5 years, dude, who knows? You're probably not going to really be want to be playing video games as much as you are right now in 5 years. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
there has to be a burnout period. I get it; these guys have streamed for so long, but man, there just has to be a time where you're like, "Fuck me, dude! Like I don't want to wake
Yeah.
up and run a shift," you know?
Yeah. No,
Like,
it's like if you put it in like a perspective of like someone like us. I'm someone who can't sit in front of my computer for more than 3 hours. I can't. I can't do it. And these guys will do 12-hour streams consistently every single day, Monday to Friday, and then have their weekends off like it's an actual 9 to 5. But it's not.
mhm.
They're doing a 12-hour shift, looking at a screen all day and being entertaining. And for some of these guys, they are not even acting like themselves. They're putting on this mask for 12 hours, putting on this persona. It must be exhausting. So you probably wouldn't want to do that for forever.
Dude, that's exactly what I meant to say about Ninja before, dude. That must be It's no wonder that he's going crazy, man,
Yeah.
because exactly what you said, the mask that he's got to put on, dude, for kids all day long. It's like a clown,
Yeah.
Like you're working for these little kids. Like
Yeah.
that is that's exhausting, man. It must be exhausting at least.
Mm-hmm.
And
His
when it
sense of
when it,
self is probably like just fucking gone now.
oh, for
Like
sure,
especially
man.
to spend 12 hours a day in front of the computer, just trying to be entertaining like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's
And
gotta
dude, like,
fucking hate himself. Like
yeah, exactly, for sure he does, man. And like for me, dude, you know what? I can sit here and I can fucking binge a game for a long goddamn time, especially now in quarantine.
hmm
But I have to say, I I prefer doing it like working my shift at work or going to school that day or whatever, and being and looking forward to going home and saying, you know what? I'm gonna go home. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna play some video games. I'm gonna chat with my buddies on Discord. But to have to do that, to be like obligated to do that, to be committed to doing that every single day.
Yeah.
That's shit, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't become pleasure anymore. And
Exactly.
and that's what everybody sees video games as, and that's why a lot of kids aspire to be streamers. Oh, you get paid to play video games. It's the best job in the world. But there's
Hmm.
there's a lot that comes with it that's a hell of a lot harder than some of the jobs that are out there. So,
Yeah, the
Yes.
and we're
the
gonna
job isn't
see
to play video games; it's to be entertaining.
right. You're an
Yes.
entertainer,
It
so
is.
you're gonna see a lot of I don't mean to put it in like a negative light, but you're gonna see a lot of mental health stories in the future about these
For
streamers
sure.
and stuff like this who start to have identity crises and stuff like that. I'm not saying it because I hope they have it. I'm saying it because this is the trend that sort of behavior likes to follow.
Dude,
What
it's
he
you're already hearing about that stuff.
Yeah, so these guys are having identity crises every day.
Mhm.
You're pretending to be someone else for 12 hours, and then you got to go to your wife and kids, or you got to go to your girlfriend, you got to go to your parents, and now all of a sudden you got to act like you're normal and you're yourself. Not that appealing to kids is not normal, but acting that way every single day can kind of throw you off in the sense that you're not going to be acting completely normal when you're off stream. You're going to start acting like you're talking to kids all the time, or you're going to act like you're,
Hey, what's up,
F's in the
everybody?
chat, boys, all the time. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
changes your persona. It does.
You know what, man?
Imagine
Like,
walk into a family event and just being like, "Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here today. Do you know with my family?" Like fucking talking like that.
yeah, for sure, man. Like, dude, an example of this is like, and this isn't for his stream isn't for kids, but the doc.
Right.
I love Doctor Disrespect. I think he puts on a good, like, I think he
Oh
puts
yeah.
on a good, funny, entertaining show. His like all his animations, his stream is top quality,
Hmm.
and the whole persona that he puts on is pretty cool. And he's skilled, like he's really good at the games that he plays.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes like there's always a clip that comes out, man. I'd say like maybe once a month, and it's him do like kind of saying something really stupid, like just like that's really petty or not reacting to something very well, or like if you watch him, like somebody will say something stupid in chat and he'll mock them in a very childish way. And
Hmm.
it's like, okay, like, yeah, like this, you know what, like, dude, I like everything you got going on here, but the more and more that he streams, I really can't put a word to it, but the more and more that I watch his streams, it's almost like, shit, man, like this, you're not feeling so hot. You know what I mean? Like you can't be doing too well. He seems like he's kind of like in a bind. He seems like he just doesn't want to do it, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but he's forced to. You know, that's
Hmm.
that's his job now, and like it's kind of shitty. It starts to deteriorate the quality of streams and the person
Yeah.
who's behind it. You know?
I've been seeing a lot of well, not really a lot, but one creator in general I used to watch. His name was Shady Penguin. Um, this guy made always Pokemon, always Pokemon. Built his entire audience off of Pokemon playthroughs and stuff like this. And this is from when I was in like the eighth grade. Um, and as of like 3 years ago, he kind of started to say, well, you know what? I'm not really feeling it anymore. I'm not really feeling Pokemon anymore. Um, so he started to veer into different things. He now has like over 300,000 dead subscribers. He's getting like 12K
Yeah.
views on his videos, but he doesn't care because he's doing what he wants to do. He streams on Twitch every
Right.
now and again. He's got his family and stuff like that, and he comes out with update videos on YouTube just to let everybody know what's going on. To say like, listen, if you want to unsubscribe, unsubscribe because this content's never coming back. And
Mhm. Mhm.
he'll tell people that this is the audience that I'm trying to appeal to now. If you're interested in something like that, stick around. If not, it was a pleasure having you and stuff like that, which is I think is a good way of going about it. Um, and then what else he does? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. What the fuck does he do? Oh, lost my train of thought.
Dude, while you recollect it, let me ask, what did you say? You said his old content was Pokemon. What is it now?
Now he just mainly plays like stuff that he wants to play. Whether he'll play like an app on his phone, or he'll play like Final Fantasy or something like that. Like he'll do playthroughs of
Okay.
games that he likes. Oh, that's what I was getting to. He used to work an actual 9 to 5 job. He went to school, everything, all that, and he lets everybody know that he's thinking of going back into the actual job force, the actual workforce. And he tells people not to expect content all the time because this is what he wants to do with his life because he thinks that this is what's going to make him feel the best. And I think that a lot of
Mhm.
creators got to kind of look in that direction. I get that sometimes your back is against the wall in the sense that you committed everything to streaming. I get that,
Mhm.
right? Especially because you're young. You didn't go to school for anything else, stuff like that. Um, but a lot of people think it's too late. If you've been streaming for this long and you're, you know, I don't want to say rich, but you're pretty well off if you've been doing it for a long time and it's the only thing that you've been doing.
Mhm.
I think you can afford to invest in your education
For
and
sure.
further your education so that you can go and do something that you want to do. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same with everything. Obviously, don't do a job that you don't want to do. If you're not happy to go to work every day, not everybody's happy to go to work every day. So that doesn't mean you hate your job. But if you're not
Mhm.
in the field that you want to be in, it doesn't hurt to look the other direction and try something new.
Mhm. For sure. Why wouldn't you, right?
Right.
Um You know, man, you said something interesting before, and I just thought back to it about a lot of kids who, oh, this is awesome. We can just get paid to play video games if I
Mhm.
become a streamer, kind of thing, right? I think that the difference is that, like, yeah, they definitely don't realize that it'll become a job,
Mhm.
and they also don't realize, like, I think that for a lot of them, they find like maybe one particular game. Fortnite was a massive
Oh
wave, or
yeah.
the beginning almost of like they find one particular game that they love, and they were sucked in by marketing schemes, really. And like the gameplay was good, it was fun, but with the help of marketing, they were sucked in even deeper.
Mhm.
I think that the difference for a lot of people who stream, especially good streamers, is that, excuse me, not only ones who just play, like, the battle royale games and stuff, is they were likely game hobbyists, so they
Right.
can still they still have a passion for games other than just sorry about my camera, guys. I'm getting a phone call to my phone, so it cuts it out. um, oh man, that's the worst. I see where it's frozen. um it's actually for the bin that's at Dame's house. I'm just gonna text him.
Mhm.
But anyway, all I'm saying is just like, if you can keep it a hobby, or if you can stay with the games that you enjoy,
Right.
like this YouTuber, you're much better off. But
Mhm.
you can get sucked in. It's a trap, dude. If the money's there, dude, like, you'll get trapped into it for sure.
Oh yeah. It's like a lot of jobs that you go to, like when you're done high school. A lot of people will go and work a full-time job right out of high school instead of going to school and saying, you know what, next year I'm going to go to school, but I'm going to make enough money so that I can pay for it first.
Right,
They get a
right,
taste of the money and they never go back,
for
right?
sure.
So
Here, one second. I'll be right back. Sorry, I just gotta use the washroom and call
no,
Sal.
that's okay. You wanna start ending it anyways? We're at an hour and a half. I think we can start wrapping it up if you guys are ready to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds good
we
to me.
got
I
Valorant
think we did
away.
great. I
I
think this
think
was a good
so.
show.
I think so too. I think we did really good. It's nice
Mhm.
having the chat. The chat was a good added aspect to this experience, and honestly, I'm looking forward to doing it again. I think what you guys want to do it in a week's time.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, we're gonna tweet
I
out the
look
time
forward to
and
that.
stuff like that. We're gonna put it on Instagram. So if anybody wants to check that out, we'll
I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
say thanks to you guys for
yeah.
contributing to the chat. It's really good. This was really good.
yeah, yeah. No, it was awesome to have people interacting with us. It just adds another layer, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
All right then.
thanks again, everybody who stopped by. We're gonna head out now. Last thing I'm gonna say before we head out. As far as our Instagram and Twitter go, our Instagram, you can check it out. It's the Unfinished Basement Podcast. We're pretty active on Instagram. We've always been active on Instagram. Feel free to follow, send us a direct message, anything like that. If you have any questions or anything you want us to talk about, we'll try and touch on it in the next podcast. This podcast is going to go live hopefully on Apple Podcasts and Spotify if we can figure out how to format it and get it there. And that's also going to be the Unfinished Basement Podcast. Jules, our Twitter. What's our Twitter handle? Because I know it's a little bit different.
I think it's the same as our Twitch name.
I think it's, yeah, at Tunfbeat Podcast, I believe.
So that's
Yeah.
TUNFB
Podcast.
Podcast. And
Yep.
yeah, you can follow us there for any updates or when we're gonna go live or anything like that. Mickey, thank you. Thanks again, everybody who stopped by. We're gonna head
Thank you,
out
guys.
now. We're gonna start editing this, try and get it up on YouTube, which is the Unfinished Basement Podcast as well, or is it Tunf B Podcast?
YouTube is, I believe it's the Unfinished Basement
Yeah.
Podcast.
All right, so you guys can check that out on
Also,
YouTube
the
as well.
Twitch. The Twitch. Here, check out the
Yes.
chat, and just follow Tunfbeat Podcast. It's in there. Because we're gonna eventually just try to port this over to Tunfbeat Podcast Twitch, but we just
Right.
didn't really set up the entire stream. So
Yeah, that's it for us. We're gonna do our outro. Yeah.
yeah, diddly-doo-doom-doom-doom.
Oh, let me get my guitar.
Oh fuck! Do it quick, quick, quick.
No, fuck that.
But
It's out of tune.
yeah,
Yeah,
thanks everyone for stopping by. I've been Joe.
I'm Lou.
Oh, I'm Juice. We don't know
We'll
that.
talk to you guys next week. We're gonna enjoy another podcast just like this one next week. So feel free to stop by. Thanks again, guys.
See you guys later.
Bye bye.
Later.